and through his obedience on the cross, by dying for us, that we could have that peace now, even though we still got those thistles and thorns that we deal with. But we talked about in earlier chapters, in previous chapters, you're in the storm, but God covers you and protects you from the storm. We don't let our surroundings affect our emotions and what we go through, because we got that peace that God gives us. No, I was reading. Oh, I thought you might. It says God doesn't want us to whistle while we work. He wants us to worship. Yeah, worship while we work. Yeah. So whistle while you work. He just don't want you to go, whoop, whoop. I can't really whistle. But whistle while you work. You just going through the motions, but you praising God. He just doesn't want you just there, because we're going to talk about what Daniel, when the king put Daniel in the lion's den. And because he had told Daniel not to pray to his God, he came up with this law where you couldn't pray to any other God, to their God. But Daniel was obedient. He said, I'm still praying to my God. He did it in front of a window, I believe that's what it said. So if people want to see, he was going to see. He wasn't going to stop worshiping his God just because of some man-made law that told him, right? Because he feared God more than he feared man. And that's what I believe. So he still did what he did. So what did he do? He put him in the lion's den. He put him in the lion's den, but God kept him in the lion's den. And then when the king came down and seen Daniel, he called out to Daniel. He was worried, but he called out to Daniel, and he said, I see that your God had protected you. He didn't really know who Daniel's God was, but he probably had seen how Daniel did his job, because Daniel had gained a little rank